everyone, it is April Garwood from Banana Moon Studio. In this video I will be showing you how to cast on with double pointed needles. I am working on a sock from a free pattern called Katusa Socks. The pattern is available on my website bananamoonstudio.com. When I knit socks, I use double pointed needles. It is possible to use long circular needles and a method called magic loop to knit socks with circular needles, but I personally prefer double pointed needles, and I'd like to show you how to cast on a sock using double pointed needles, although the technique is the same regardless of what it is you're making with those double pointed needles. So if you're working on a hat, a glove, a mitten, anything else circular, this video should show you how to cast on with double pointed needles. So I'm going to turn this camera around and show you how that's done. When we work with double pointed needles, we're working on making something circular. So the question is, how can we cast on these double pointed needles to be able to work in the round? So I'm going to show you how that's done. I like to use a long tail cast on. It's my favorite. So I'm going to show you how to do that with double pointed needles. You have, the end going back to your skein, and then the tail here, and the tail is coming over my thumb, and the yarn going back to the skein is coming over my index finger. So then I'll put my needle down here, and I go under this strand and then around this one and back through this loop, and then I'll pull those tight. So that's putting the first 2 stitches on the needle. Okay, so then we continue with our long tail cast on. Always it's under the strand on the thumb, around the strand on the index finger, and back through that loop. I'm just going to cast on about 6 stitches on each needle, so there's 6. Depending on what you're making, you may have more, but there's the 6 on the first needle. To cast on the second needle, I'm going to hold this just like so, and let's just pretend that this is the needle I already have the stitches on. What would I do? I would bring it under this strand on my thumb, and then around the strand on my index finger, and back through the loop. And then if I pull it tight, I have a stitch now on my second needle. And then I just continue as I was before. Okay, so now my second needle I finished casting on. I'll pick up my third needle, and I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. Act as though this were the needle my stitches are already on, and I'm going to want to bring it over here under the strand on my thumb, around the strand on my index finger, and back through the loop by my thumb. Pull that tight, and then I continue. There are 6 stitches on the third needle, fourth needle. Okay, same situation. I'm going to start with it right here and just come around the strand on my thumb, around the strand by my index finger, and back through the loop by my thumb. Okay, so now I have 6 stitches cast on each of 4 needles. And so the question is now, where do I go from here? Okay, so as I'm wanting to bring these into the right positions to be able to make a circle, I'm going to want to bring this needle up here. Actually, it's going to look like a square, not a circle. Of course, when it comes off my needles, the needles won't be holding it in a square anymore and it will look like a circle. Okay. So if I bring these into position where my stitches are making a square, the only other thing that I really need to check and make sure that I've got is that I haven't twisted anything. So if I haven't twisted anything, the ridge of my cast on isn't going to be twisted. And you can see on these needles that I have that ridge of stitches that are cast on all on the inside, and I don't appear to have any twists in them. So I know I've got this right. So now to start working in a circle, I take my free needle and I'm going to, okay, it's kind of fiddly. This is the last stitch that I cast on. That makes this the first one. And so I'll be placing my needle in here to make my first stitch. That is how you cast on double pointed needles with a long tail cast on. I want to thank Ancient Arts Yarns for this yarn. It's called Revival, and this is their fine weight, which is perfect for socks. And this cast on video is intended to go with a series about knitting socks. So if you're looking for other tutorial videos about knitting socks, you'll be able to find those here on my channel. And if you're looking for a great free sock pattern to use this new skill with, I have a free pattern on my website called Katusa Socks. My website is bananamoonstudio.com, so that's where you can find this. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.